now going to reset our clocks and go Lucas Oil's Group A racing.
That is definitely not a moth, KV. A flying wombat. There's this huge bug up here in the commentary tower. We've got a couple of people running scared. It's like a cockroach, but it's not a cockroach. It's much bigger than a cockroach. It's definitely not a flying wombat, though.
We'll explain that in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Thornton. Out on track, the man from Marston, AJ Keenan, the Sparky. A Crane Transport is the sponsor on board here. The rookies have had a bit of trouble here this morning. They spat it out at least once around the mouth brush hairpin, twice.
Oh yeah, see that they don't like it. Doesn't like when it flicks back. Now watch this. Is where they've come unstuck. Yeah, and they know that too. That's why they didn't floor it there, KV. But that's where they've come unstuck.
Yeah, something wrong with that engine as well.
Yeah, there's definitely not. Way you go, boys. Go and find out. Go and do the running. That's what we pay you for.
So we've got, ladies and gentlemen, we've got two Blakes up here that we send in, and Max as well, and we've got our gentleman on the spot before we get Paddy Hayden, our pit reporter, down there to do some work. Paddy, of course, just easing into the day. So we've got our two young gentlemen get down there and they do the information for us. They come back with all of the latest news, what's going on with the boats and engines and drivers and navigators. So fantastic that those young blokes are involved here. Rick Flowerday and Jazz Flowerday from Pukahina.
Well done, KV. Well done. Pukahina it is, mate. It is. The Rick is, of course, the Managing Director of ZB Homes in the Bay of Plenty. And his navvy, Jazz, is a student at ACG in Tauranga.
Yeah, so new to the sport. Geez, what is it with the GoPros? Everybody coming into the sport puts a GoPro on the bonnet so they can look at themselves with their tongues hanging out when they're going around the corner. What's going on?
So if you have a look, some of the guys, it appears on Facebook, if you're following their pages, mate, you can actually see the run. So they watch it back so they can see where they're going.
Oh, I thought it was just looking at them so they could sort of go the wrong way.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not looking at them, mate. It is facing the other way. I've caught over. Actually, it was a really good clip from Glenn and Haley's boat. Their run and their fantastic run down in Masterton. Back on track now, these guys. So really good to watch. If you can jump on that and have a look at the GoPro, it really shows you how quick these things really are on the water. Getting up the PSP chute now. Very cautious run though from these guys. After that rotational error, time is not on their side as they come back around towards the start finish line.
And 1 minute 16.546, plenty on the clock there, but interesting watching Jazz as the navigator there, coming around the sweep towards commentary and then up towards the nut at the top end of the track, just really making sure that Rick was being pushed out wide. Yeah. And just kept saying, no, stay out wide, stay out wide, stay out wide, because normally what the navigators do are pointing in to where the corner is, and she was pointing away from the corner to keep him to the outside of the track. Smart move.
We've picked up on that, mate. If you watch, especially coming down past the commentary box here, they, like you say, they do the big, you can watch them, you know, if they're waving the hand, we're chopping it out. That's telling them to go around the corner. If they hold it steady, mate, that means it's going. So, folks, watch out for the Navy as it's going around the top of the course here. You can pick up where they're going.
Bevan Edwards and Claudia Edwards out on track in the Inheritance. Now, I thought that the boat was being named Inheritance because they were spending the kids' inheritance. They have said quite clearly that they plan on handing the boat down as part of the inheritance going further forward for the family. So really interesting way to do that. My old man's spending his my inheritance at the moment, and these guys have bought inheritance, and they're going to just pass it down through the generations. So it'd be fantastic to see Westview Aluminium on the side of the boat with PGG Rights, and the couple from Carter and the farm worker and the rural sales consultant.
Pretty smooth, KV, as they head down through the top of the course there.
I keep hearing a ting. Something's going ting, like the bell of the first round of boxing. Oh, it's your phone.
It's my phone, mate.
Right, okay, well, I'll stop looking around for the sound of that. 66.320. I could hear like a bell. I'm thinking, what are we fighting? What is it, round two?
two.
It's your phone. Put your phone on silent.
I'll do that.
Stop, sit there looking around, waiting to see who was coming out of the opposite corner. Geez, I tell you what.
Get your towel, mate, get your towel.
We've got Phil Dark up here, of course. He's just sitting there looking at us going, oh, bloody hell. What have I stumbled into here? So it looks like it'll be Clayton and Mandy Tisdall for Case Construction coming out now. The couple from Tapanui on the South Island, the agricultural contractor. These guys were first in the Group B 2017, stepped up into the Group A category. Last run out into qualifying 2, they had a rotational error, but you can have a look at how Mandy goes about her navigation. They do have in-helmet communications here, so they use the 2 systems, the hand-operated one and the microphone headset within the helmets. So this pairing, interestingly, over the years, we've mentioned this a few times over the years, but now they do the track walk before the day. They walk around the track, and they've actually worked out that if they both call the bottom of the track, that works well for them.
Yeah, I think that's important for the, obviously they've got to be on the same page, right? But there's no point one calling at the top and one calling at the bottom, because they're really going to be history. So, but that's a fantastic time for Clayton and Mandy, a 51.665, and man, I reckon that'll take some beating in the Group A's. It's all right, KV, I got you.
Yeah, excuse me, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. If you heard that, I've got a frog in my throat.
Plenty of frogs in this water too, KV.
Oh, not by the end of the day. They've all migrated south.
Going back to Melbourne.
Yeah,
well.
So Sean Fay Rice coming out now. Interestingly, Ollie Silverton and Cy Gibbon coming down to the ramp along with Sean Rice. I reckon that they'll be getting into the mid-49s at this stage of the day. Sean Rice and Fay Rice, Elite Kitchens in the Lucas Oils Group A qualifying round number 3.
Of course, they won't want to do what they did in the Wairarapa and end up in the fence, which put them off the podium. Of course, that was in the gutsy end of the day. These guys pretty bouncy as they go through the centre of the course, and they come through back down the PSP straight towards the commentary box. Oh, that's a nice transition through. No.
Yeah, something off.
Oh, there we go.
No, that's a big hesitation. They got a little bit lost there. The communication between driver and navigator fell away there. So I thought that there was something wrong with the engine, but obviously there is not. It was just, where are we? What are we doing? So very intelligently, Sean Rice just got off the accelerator, and that'll blow the time out to a 51.7525, 1.752. That cost them a fair bit of time, that little slow down in the middle.
It did, but it wasn't a rotational error, so they didn't have to double back and get on themselves. So yeah, really well done there from that crew to back off and fix it up before they went the wrong way. So spot the drone out in the middle of the track there, folks. It'll be picking up some fantastic shots. Of course, the crew here, Ctas Live, do a fantastic job in providing the pictures for the big screen and, of course, for the live stream. So g'day to all you guys on the live stream. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here that we're bringing for you now as we look for Cy Gibbon and Donna Thompson coming out in the Nova Showershare Crack vessel. These guys will be looking for a higher podium finish in third place that they got down in Featherston as they head out through the middle of the track. Very wide as he comes into the middle of the track.
Yeah, setting that up beautifully around that first right hander, running out wide and just allowing the boat to drift out there and just keep the pace on. Side given really wide around the Lucas hairpin, around that right hander. Now the two left-handers. He traditionally gets through this Mouthbridge hairpin pretty well. And again, he hasn't let us down there at all.
This will be the bit of the track that catches him out. No, nice and smooth through there, Side.
Yeah, geez, he backed off into that as it came around the nut there. Just got lost a little bit there. We normally don't see him do that up in that part of the track. But Side Gibbon and Donna Thompson with a 49.489. They'll be wrapped with that one straight to the top of the table.
Slides them into P1. Yeah, great run there. And but wait, there's more, because here comes Ollie.
And also Super Mario Ross Travers as well. So we've got two boats coming out at... Ross Travers has been a New Zealand champion. Ollie Silverton has been a New Zealand and a current world champion. So certainly plenty to play for in the Group A. So Ross Travers and Amanda Kiddo coming out. Betsy won't be coming out at the moment. They've just got to sort that issue because of the A and B driven boat of Violent Tendencies. Tim Coleman, the boat went pop. It's an electrical issue. So Radioactive out on track at the moment. See on the big screen why we call him Mr. Super Mario.
Absolutely.
And an absolute ripping bloke. Runs the shop up there at Fordell, the garage, the post office, the everything on up there. Him and his lovely wife Amanda Kiddo, the farmer from out in Tikakino. Oh, just have a look at that. It is just so smooth.
And of course we didn't see him down in the Wairarapa, so this is the first run.
Oh, Super Mario! Excitement all the way. He's put his hand up. That's an interesting thing. There must be something in the water.
Taking the timing loop out.
Right, okay, that's what's gone on. Super Mario has put his hand up. He will be given the opportunity for a rerun. The timing loop has snapped, and well, that was what caused the problem. Lucky the man has plenty of experience on track, because he's managed to pull that back. That could have ended up very, very ugly indeed. So we've got our technicians down there. Super Mario will be given another opportunity. The hand went straight up, and so we'll see what happens after that. We'll sort the timing loop out. We'll take a short break and be back soon.
So just catch the big screen now, folks. You see he's coming through the centre of the course there. So it'll be as he comes back down the chute here, and then he'll spin around. Just check the timing loop. Did he catch it through? Might have been from that wash of the water, I would imagine. That's probably what's done the damage. I would say you'll be able to pick up, folks, on the big screen as you see it come into shot. As he comes around the Lucas Oil's corner, have a look for the timing line. Is it down before he gets there? Yeah, he clipped it on the way through. There we go. So it must have been down from that wash, and then he just took it out. So great coverage there from Grant and the team from Ctas. We'll just push the buttons and wind that back. He's wind it forward. Just go full pace. Let it go. Yeah, here he comes. Have a look as he clips the wire there, just like that. So that's what's And then great recovery off the island. So he was looking for a pretty good run there too. You'd be disappointed with that, but like KB said, he'll get another crack at it. Didn't make the Wairarapa meeting, so his home track here, he'll be looking for a point to prove. We'll just find out whether he will run straight away afterwards. Stand by. We're just doing the, that's our flyover we prepared earlier, folks, so doing a bit of a test run through there. That's not controlled by the remote, I can assure you of that.
Jeez, I tell you, I'd love to be in that at the moment, just sort of dive bombing the crowd.
Actually, it takes me back to a couple of weeks ago, mate. I made a flight to Gisborne in a Cessna, and right in the middle of a storm, we flew into a 55-knot gale, and the plane was going up and down and up and down. It was very, very hair-raising. Great flight, though, I liked it. The lady that I was travelling with, she was praying the whole trip. 35-minute flight from Napier to Gisborne. And yeah, I loved it. She didn't. In fact, when we landed in Gisborne, she got out of the plane and she was kissing the ground to say thanks very much.
Oh, like the Pope.
Just as the pilot came around the back of the plane, he thought she had fainted. So he started to panic, but no, she was okay. So
on a flight last time leaving Wanganui up to Auckland, and it was the roughest flight I've ever been on. The air hostess had poured everybody a cup of water. Everybody, not one person got to sip their water. Everybody wore it. There were people literally crying, and even the pilot got out of the plane and said he needed to get fresh air once we'd landed.
Oh, for goodness sake. There we go.
I tell you what, I was a little bit jittery about that one. I can tell you, I was shaking like a dog pooing razor blades.
At least it didn't come out during the flight. You would have been a wee bit more worried then.
We didn't even see the hostess. She made it from the front of the plane to the back of the plane, and then we didn't see her for the rest of the flight. She couldn't get back to the front.
You wouldn't have been pushing the trolley down the aisle, that's for sure.
So our next boat out to face the starter will be Neil Marshall and Hayley Brunning. So Super Mario Ross Travers, by the rule, will be given an opportunity to have that qualifying 3 rerun. It will be his opportunity to take it or to pass on that. And I dare say that Ross will just say, no, we don't need to go back out again. But Neil Marshall has gone the wrong way. Hayley Brunning has steered him in the wrong direction.
That's 3 from 3 for this pair, KB, that have had a rotational error.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start the day, because if you don't get the rotation right the first time and then the second time, all of a sudden the second guessing just becomes too much. There's no confidence at all for the pairing in the boat, and then it just makes it so much harder of a hill to climb to get back from there.
So when it comes to that, KB, now you're a master at knowledge of this sort of stuff. it's got to play on their minds, right? Like you said. So what do? They get out of the boat, they have a debrief, say, what are we doing wrong? Do they come and walk the course again, sit down here and watch a couple of laps? What do they do, man? How do they recover from that?
You won't be able to get that opportunity to walk the course until the lunch break. Usually, because they've done the course walk in the morning, they've just got to sit back and look at the map that they've been given and go, righto, where are we going wrong? And really just concentrate on it. It may be a situation where the navigator's got it right, but the driver's not confident. So then the next time coming out, say the driver got it right, but the navigator got it wrong. So you can have all of these sorts of things. But Ollie Silverton and Sharma Putranui, that sprint tech hull just threw up plenty of water over the bow into that first right-hander. Sharma just wore plenty of it. But Ollie Silverton realises that Cy Gibbon's sitting at the top of the table, and, well, he doesn't want to see that at all. Ollie Silverton, reigning world champion.
Now, this is about where it started in round one back in the Wairarapa. Ollie sort of got a bee in his bonnet and was on Cy's case for the whole rest of the day. Great split time there of 34.802. We've got a bit of wash up on the window, so there's plenty of water flying out in the middle of the track. These guys are putting an immense speed on. This is going to be an absolute cracking time for this gear. A 48.518. Put your hands together, folks. What a great run. 48.518. Slides in and says, Cy, I'm a second better than you, fella. So,
yes, well, I'll tell you what, Cy Gibbon, the pressure's now on him. Ollie will be just kicking back, heading into qualifying round number 4, going, right, no worries, it's all good. So Ollie Silverton just jumping on the brakes there, just being allowed through underneath the bridge. So that I don't think that Violent Tendencies with Tim Coleman is going to come out. They've still got that electrical issue that they're trying to sort out.
Looks like Super Mario might be coming out though, Kate.
Yes, he's back on the ramp again, so he will take that opportunity after that timing loop collapse on him. Managed to keep the boat in the track, and I dare say he's taking this opportunity because he got up there on the island and into the tyres a little bit, so might have damaged the fin. They'll be looking to make sure that the hull is okay. So he's taking that opportunity, and I dare say that's a very, very smart move. A lot of guys would have said, no, don't worry about it. But once you go up on the dirt, you're better off just getting it out there. They would have had a really good look at the underneath of the hull. 2 fins at the rear of the boat, very easily folded up. Make sure that they're all nice and straight. The boat's handling well. So Ross Travers and Amanda Kiddo will come out for their second go at their qualifying 3 run in the Lucas Oil's Group A category.
All right, let's see how they go, folks. He's come out with a vengeance. Let's see if he can get back to what he was.
I think one of the interesting things now will be Super Mario. Is he going to be cautious coming down through that timing loop and focusing on that, or will he just concentrate on the job at hand?
We'll soon see.
So round that right-hander, well, Super Mario, this rotation looking pretty good. Really opened up that first left-hander into the mouth, fresh hairpin. Geez, he nails that, absolutely hammered it. That is one of the money corners here. Didn't even bother about looking at that timing loop. Had the trust that the ground crew, the staff, the officials had sorted it out. So Amanda Kiddo, quite a relaxed style of navigation from Amanda. Across the line here with a 49.196. Ross Travers into position number 2, puts Cy Gibbon into 3. Clayton Tisdall 4, Sean Rice 5 with the hesitation. Bevan Edwards round out the top 6. Cannot see Violent Tendencies coming down with Tim Coleman. So I dare say we are now going to reset the clocks and go to our mouth fresh superboats. Our first person onto the water will be Kyle Patrick, the CEO of Positive Electric Company out of Albany, Oregon. Oh, the USA, goddamn. So g'day to all Kyle's family. They're all having Christmas lunch at the moment. Well, they've had lunch. I'm not too sure how the time works. No, they would have had lunch because they're a few hours, a day behind, but a few hours in front of where we are currently.
Yep, a day behind, but in front. If you work that out, folks.
Yep, yeah. So we're not going to make it easy for you to work that out. But g'day to everybody there in Oregon and indeed right around the US, because we do know that we get a lot of supporters from North America, and to our Canadian friends. G'day to everybody watching over in Australia.